Imagine an average guy knocking out 283 three-pointers in the regular season. During his time there, he quickly became a standout player, dazzling everyone with his scoring prowess and athleticism. But he reached the apex of high school balling when he led his team in back-to-back state championships in 2014 and 2015. This feat cemented his status as one of Delaware's top high school players. But it wasn't all smooth sailing for the young lad. Donte got into Villanova and quickly became the cornerstone of its basketball team. But just 9 games into his freshman year, he faced a major setback when he broke the 5th metatarsal in his foot. This was a big blow since he heavily relied on his speed and athleticism. Despite this challenge, the following year, he bounced back stronger than ever. In the first round of NCAA, he scored 21 points and grabbed 13 rebounds, earning a spot on the Big East All-Freshman team and the Philadelphia Big Five Rookie of the Year. This was just the start of his award-winning streak. The next year, he was named Big East 6th Man of the Year and the NCAA Final Four Most Outstanding Player, thanks to his career-high 31 points in the championship win over Michigan. This performance also set the record for most points scored in an NCAA Final Four game by a player coming off the bench. After a successful college career and 2 NCAA championship victories, Donte declared for the 2018 NBA Draft, foregoing his final 2 years of eligibility at Villanova. And guys, as things turned out, on draft night, he was selected by the Bucks as their 17th overall pick, becoming the second of 4 Villanova players drafted that year. Damn. But once again, life threw wrecking balls at the Delaware native as he suffered a foot injury again. Unfortunately, he was out and warming the bench for most of the rookie season. Anyhow, he made a comeback in his second season, scoring a career-high 17 points in a win over the Timberwolves. Owing to his versatility, he became a key player in the Bucks' rotation, contributing on both ends of the court. His defensive skills, a knack for hitting three-pointers, and relentless hustle earned him more playing time and a bigger role. That season, he averaged 9.2 points, 4.8 rebounds, and 2.3 assists per game. In the 2020-2021 season, my boy stepped up even more as a regular starter. His role expanded and he provided valuable perimeter defense, averaging 10.4 points, 5.8 rebounds, and 3.1 assists per game. His contributions were crucial throughout the regular season and the early rounds of the playoffs, but unfortunately, a torn ligament in his left ankle during the first round of the playoffs against the Miami Heat sidelined him for the rest of the championship run. This was heartbreaking, but the Bucks went on to win the NBA championship. After being out for 6 months, he made his return to the court in December 2021. But by this, his place in the team had faded and the Bucks had already moved on. Lucky for him, his talents caught the eye of the Golden State Warriors, who signed him to a 2-year contract with a player option for the second season. Averaging 9.4 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, and 3.5 assists, he proved to be a versatile player capable of filling multiple roles on the court. His defensive skills were particularly noteworthy as he averaged 1.3 steals per game, often guarding multiple positions and disrupting the opposition's offensive flow. At the same time, when the Warriors battled through injuries to their star players, Donte had extra opportunities to step in and step up. For instance, in the game against the Timberwolves, Bow banked in 21 points. In addition to this, his shooting was another critical asset for the Warriors. He shot 43.5% from the field and an impressive 39.7% from beyond the arc, providing much needed floor spacing in the Warriors' offense. His free throw percentage stood at a solid 81.7%, showcasing his reliability at the line. I mean, it doesn't get any more clutch than this, does it? Beyond the basic stats, his hustle and energy were invaluable to the team. His ability to make timely shots and his championship experience from his time with the Bucks added depth to the Warriors roster. But his journey with the Warriors came to an end when he opted out as a free agent at the end of 2022-23 season. However, the good thing about great players is that they get signed up pretty fast. So on July 8, 2023, a month after his departure from the Warriors, the boy officially joined the New York Knicks, signing a 4-year, $50 million deal. There was a silver lining. With the Knicks, he reunited with his Villanova teammates, bringing a familiar chemistry to the Knicks lineup. As the Big Ragu joined a team he was truly content with, he initially found himself coming off the bench, sitting behind Quentin Grimes. In the first 20 games of the season, with only 2 starts, Donte averaged just 9.1 points per game on 42.5% shooting. However, in December 2023, everything changed. Man was thrust into the starting lineup to replace Grimes, who had been struggling offensively. Now, although Donte's first 2 games as a starter didn't go quite as planned, he truly shined in his 3rd start against the Jazz as he exploded for 21 points. He was now a permanent part of the team and took full advantage of an increased role. His deep shooting splits came on 8.7 attempts per game. Damn. More importantly, as the season progressed, injuries within the Knicks squad made way for Donte to get more comfortable and show his true potential. Playing alongside his old buddies, Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart, it was clear that he had found his sweet spot. Moving on, he quickly became a crucial piece of the Knicks puzzle, contributing significantly to their identity and success, concluding his regular season with an average of 15.5 points, 3.7 rebounds, 2.7 assists, while shooting 44.3% from the field and 40.1% from three-point line. To cap off the best season of his career, Donte etched his name into the Knicks record books in a spectacular 114-99 win against the Detroit Pistons, setting the franchise record for most threes in a single game with an astonishing tally of 11. Oh God. And then just days later, in a loss against the Spurs, he surpassed Evan Fournier's mark of 241 for the Knicks' single-season three-point record. I mean, it wouldn't be wrong to say that bro switched teams and was reborn as a different basketball player. What a story. Anyway, he finished the regular season with a jaw-dropping 283 three-pointers, the 3rd most in the league this year, just one shy of Luka Doncic. Guys, if I am honest, it won't be wrong to say that Donte's Knicks career was not supposed to go this well, but it did, and the Knicks ended their regular season with a 50-32 record as the 2nd seed in the Eastern Conference and made it to the playoffs for the 2nd time in 2 years. Jeez, the Knicks stormed into the playoffs, taking on Joel Embiid and the 76ers. While Donte did struggle for 4 of the 6 first-round games, he came up big when it mattered the most. After scoring just 8 points in Game 1, he secured his place in Knicks lore during Game 2, knocking down the game-winning 3 in what will go down as one of the most memorable shots in Knicks history.
Gets it out to Anunoby. DiVincenzo a 3. Bang! Bang!
Although the next few games were forgettable, my man came back in Game 6, doing well at both ends of the floor, posting 23 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds, and 3 blocks. And this was enough to carry the Knicks to the 2nd round playoffs. As the Knicks took on the Pacers, Donte looked nothing less than an MVP-level superstar. Apart from Games 4 and 5, the boy was fantabulous. After dropping 28 points in Game 2, he doubled down with another fierce performance in Game 3 and led the Knicks with a staggering tally of 35 points on 12 of 26, shooting from the field with 7 made three-pointers. The best of Donte came in Game 7 when he went on a rampage, scoring 39 points while banking a record 7 three-pointers, shooting 60% from the three-point line. Oh God. As the 7-game series that ultimately ended the Knicks and DiVincenzo's season, the Michael Jordan of Delaware averaged 22.7 points, 4.6 rebounds, and 2.6 assists per game while fighting till the very end, and it was an incredible season nonetheless. You see, whether it was due to the increasing workload or not, the 27-year-old has made a significant impact on this Knicks team this year, and one shouldn't expect that to change in years to come. It's not as if Donte is always going to have those Game 6 type numbers in every playoff game going forward for New York, objectively, but even if his shots aren't necessarily falling from three-point range, his constant movement off the ball, connective passing, and heady plays are continually going to help the Knicks. And guys, when watching Donte, it's the tenacity, urgency, and high IQ style he plays with that seems to be underrated too, to some degree. The intelligence he displays consistently leads to the Knicks being a more balanced and versatile team when he's on the floor. And lastly, it's pretty commendable that Donte somehow managed to play in 81 games this season despite the constantly increasing minutes and still remained an amazing high-volume shooter that finally gave the Knicks the kind of spacing and elite outside shot making that they needed to keep up with modern offenses and was everything you could ask for on defense as well. Through it all, we saw just how good he is and just how important he was and likely will be going forward. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please dunk on that subscribe button and stay tuned for a guy setting a franchise record of 11 three-pointers in a single game. Holy God. And last but not the least, imagine a guy from Delaware doing this all. Goodness me. Folks, From a player who was written off long ago to becoming an absolute superstar while turning the fortunes for the franchise, Donte DiVincenzo's comeback is real. You see, Donte, a native of Newark, Delaware, grew up in a sports-oriented family. His father was a basketball coach and a die-hard basketball fan. But as you might be wondering, Delaware was the last place expected to produce a basketball superstar. And folks, that's because this place isn't exactly famous for its basketball legacy. I mean, there was a time when more high schools in Delaware played lacrosse than basketball. Damn. But anyhow, as it happened, young Donte DiVincenzo's first passion wasn't hoops. It was soccer. Man always dreamed of being a professional soccer player, but here the story takes a different turn. You see, his dad, being a crazy Bucks fan, often took Donte and his older brother to basketball games, and over time, his dad's enthusiasm for basketball started to rub off on Donte. As he entered high school, finally the boy made a life-changing decision to switch his focus from soccer to basketball. And man, did it work. Donte attended Salesianum School in Wilmington, which became the place of the uprising of his balling finesse.